versus Kazna crew. Gunrunners on the defense, Kazna crew on the attack here on Ghost Town. Mouse is played by Haiba, Piotr, and Diplomat. And who are we missing here in the Kazna crew lineup? No Isna, I guess?
Isna is not here, but we know that he can be replaced at any moment. I mean, he can play instead of someone else because often Vetso or even Durs are taking rounds. But actually, Durs not so much because he is more or less standard lineup now.
Yeah, Vetso spotting out Unji here. There might be some trades coming out between them. If Unji needs to be careful though, because I think Nexus and Haibar lining up the shots from behind her, and it's a split from the Mouses from Gunrunners. Will, Storm, and Enrico are in that one. Storm on one corner, and Will on the other, and Enrico on the other. How do you like this split here coming out from Gunrunners? Danny, mate?
What is going on there? This is probably not his first, but second attempt here, minimum.
Yeah, this is his second attempt already. He failed the first one. I felt like not saying anything about him to give him, the benefit of the doubt.
Well, today's prize is a super Pershing. Quite a beastie of a tank since the last patch. But it doesn't concern us in this moment. Stefan and Durs are probing this area here, but you can see that the real play is from the other side. The real play will always be where the three Mouses are. You cannot really split too much on this map from the rest of the forces, because if you allow your, let's say, Clipper tanks to get surrounded and cut off and killed before you have any kind of help from Mouses, it's already a GG.
Well, Danny's going for attempt number 3 in the Udas. Is he going to make it? Is he going to fail? Find out next time. I'm climbing with Danny from Gunrunners. Doesn't look like he made it on attempt number 3 either.
Maybe he was just driving in a circle this time. Just for lulz.
Now, what is the play here going to be for Kazna crew, Mojo? Because they have all 7 tanks now together in one area of the map.
Well, they probably want to try to take out that FE heavy we were talking about before, if you remember. They found that he's actually far back behind everyone. I think they maybe expected that he will be even where Enrico is. But they're still doing so much damage to him. But look at Durs' HP.
Durs' HP completely getting evaporated on the crossing here. And Vetso, Stefan, and Durs it is going here for Unji. We cannot see him, but he is there. The shots are coming into him as Martin's taking a lot of damage as well. Unji picks up Durs on the way out. So now Stefan is peeking over. Haiba picks off Unji. Martin still alive. And Ondrax just about surviving as well. But Gunrunners, this was not a good trade for them, was it, Mojo?
No, they lost Unji, but look at the HP of Ondrax and Martin. I mean, they're completely on the ropes. Well, I don't have Unji in my team at least, but Martin is there.
Well, Mojo, it's all...
What am I missing here? Oh no, I have 3 players here. Never mind.
Well, Mojo, now it's going to have to be the Mouses from Gunrunners to do the damage, because Kazna crew's Mouses are very healthy as well, and 2 of their Batchas are also... This is a good position for Kazna crew.
Kazna really doesn't have to do much. I mean, they're already chipping their HP away. Once they realize that Dani is not up, they can slowly move the tanks away and just focus themselves around the center cap and pressure it.
Well, Stefan picked up Ondrax now and as well in the FE215B. So all that is left is a 50B, and Udas and 3 Mouses. This is not looking good for Gunrunners.
Honestly, I'm playing this Udas in randoms a bit. Yes, it's a fun tank, but if you get spotted, you are vaporized. Instant. There is no way to survive.
This is very bad angling from Enrico. The turret needs to swing more towards the right side over the hole.
Yeah, he needs to make a harder angles there. Yes. And honestly, Diplomat here has much more HP to trade with him. The only guy here who has any remaining HP here, I mean any, if you say compared to the other ones, 100% HP here still for the Will. But there is 7 guns of Kazna, and this game is honestly not even close. They're just slowly working their way in as fast as they can with those 3 Mouses. Yeah, Stefan paid the price for the greed, I guess. He wanted to do some more damage. But still, the outcome of this game will not be challenged.
No, indeed. The outcome of this game is pretty much decided as now Will, Storm, and Enrico are trying to do the best they can, but they have to fight against so many tanks from Kazna crew and so much HP, so many Mouses that they have to dig through. Enrico is going to be the first focus here for the boys from Kazna crew, who had an easy opening into this round. As Piotr takes a lot of damage here, but Enrico should go down. Piotr is taking a ton of damage though, but there's still so much HP available for Kazna crew.
Kazna can do whatever they want, man. They can just drive and take damage because there is only 2 guys who will shoot them. Yes, Mouse has actually really decent DPM now, and they can do a ton of damage, but not 7,000 damage.
Storm might get Vetso. No, Vetso gets around the corner, and it's just him and Will left here. It's just about time for Kazna crew to close out this one, as Will is taking a ton of damage. Nexus flanks him, Hyba picks up Storm. Will now the last man standing here, as there is still 3 miles alive from Kazna crew. Diplomat and Hyba are flanking him. One more shot to do the job. It's going to be Hyba. Nope, he bounces. Who's going to pick it up, Bojo? Maybe place your bet.
Diplomat, definitely, because both Piotr and Hyba already bounced everything.
And it was Diplomat indeed, and 1-0 here for Kazna crew. And honestly, we can say it as it is. That was a pretty simple round for them.
Yes, they took some damage there on theirs, but they judged their odds very well. They saw the positions by GRS. They guessed where everyone is. When you have an UDES, when you have slow tanks like Mouse, when you already know where FE is, you can guess pretty much, ideally, where everyone is. They pushed, they pressed their buttons where they saw the weak spots, and they just killed them one by one. GRS was more or less just reacting like a kind of amoeba, let's say. They're just reacting, but there was no real play.
No, I don't think they were in the greatest position there. Once those 3 bat shots crossed, I mean, Marton went so low so quickly. Same with Ondrax and then Unji dying. And you really don't want to take all the damage in the beginning on towards the tanks that you want to keep alive.
I mean, they did a nice crossfire while those bat shots were crossing, but it kind of, they neglected the fact what happens after that, the after effect. And look at this. Next is doing 4.5k damage here. In this mouse games, we will have a lot of heavy hitters. Like some of the games that were really unrealistic to imagine before are coming quite often now.
Yeah, everything above 4k was considered a hard carry. Now it's becoming more of a standard, almost looking to it. This is interesting. I mean, the damage very heavily here in favor of Kazna crew. There's 5 mouses on the first page, Mojo.
Unbelievable. I mean, before, if you had a meta, if you have a mouse remaining till the end, there was a possibility that he does high damage if the game would last, of course. But to have so many of them now, and they're all main damage dealers, that's unreal. That's just unreal. Oh, poor Durs.
Yeah, poor Durs got wrecked on the crossing. Danny and the Udas also not being able to do that much.
It would help if he actually climbed, but not much.
Yeah, I don't think it would change much. I mean, he'd be shooting at mouses most of the time. Yes, Udas has nice penetration, but mouse...
He has good penetration, that tank. About 300 with gold.
Yeah,
but it's still APCR ammo, so not really going to work out.
Mouse on distance.
Not going to work out.
No, not going to work out. Well, this is what it is. You said Ghost Town was going to be Kazna's map, and it seems to be that way to begin with, because it looks really easy for Kazna crew almost.
Well, Kazna in attack, definitely better, but GRS in attack even worse than in defense, honestly, by their stats.
Yeah, but it's still an attack-biased map, though. I mean...
Yes, and they do have a chance to surprise Kazna with something, because this was really shabby play here. I don't like when team plays passive like this, because honestly, to come back from a game when you play against a good team who knows how to take initiative and you're playing passive, to come back from it needs great reactions, great cover fire from individual players, and GRS didn't show that. So maybe in attack they will have a greater chance because they will be just able to put Kazna on bad foot by surprising them.
And they won't try to split up, they'll be going together as a team, which might change the odds they have in a fight.
If you have players versus team, maybe, let's say it like that, it's better to be in a group.
Yeah, it's better to be in a group indeed. Let's take a look at the lineups, Mojo. Mouses, only 4 this time here. What do you make of these lineups?
The stock markets will fall. That's what I think. Gunrunners here playing a rather, let's say, mobile setup. They only have this Emil tier 9, but we know that that can be used in a cap. And Kazna playing with 4 mobile tanks, but MX-30 prototype as usual, probably on the mountain.
Well, Mojo, let's get into it and find out what Gunrunners is going to bring to us in this round. You can see here they're staying together as a great ball of fire. And Kazna crew roster substitution. Isne stepping into the lineup, Vetso stepping out.
Well, as we said, they often exchange each other. In this case, it doesn't really matter, but look at this. This is a double boost by Kazna here. This is not something we often see. MX-30 both and a butt going up.
In the meantime, Gunrunners here trying to make a little bit of a trap, trying to see if there's somebody going to H1 and possibly snipe the Cupola.
What's his name? Oh no, okay, he's well positioned. So we have a lot of guys in the back from Kazna. They just pushed Mouses in the front. And 1-1-3. And everyone back in the team is completely in the backside, just waiting to see what will GRS do.
They have Diplomat and Haiba. They haven't had no 1-2 line control whatsoever so far. Now they're starting to rotate there. If Gunrunners took this quickly, could have catch Kazna Crew a little bit off guard. Now it will probably be too late, but could have been different.
It was a risky play by Kazna. I don't know what were they expecting and why were they positioned like that. It looked like they were actually expecting something like a YOLO from the middle, but how can you YOLO with Mouses? Like they're 20 kilometers per hour.
Actually really work out for Gunrunners as Ondrax and Unji are now starting to make their crossing in their batch shot, similar to what Kazna Crew did. Next is already taking a lot of damage. Piotr forced to cross over. He's full HP so far though. There needs to be some punishment on towards this team. And batch shot, there we go. The first shot coming out, already getting tracked. Now he's on the way out, but Kazna Crew relocating actually worked into the favor of Gunrunners.
I don't really understand what Kazna was doing there, and there is still some damage taken here. Piotr does have... Ooh, he's tracked now.
Double tracked. He's double tracked here.
He's dead.
Rip Piotr as Unji gets the finish. He gets Amoract for that, but it doesn't matter as the kill was more important.
Yes, now, I mean, Gunrunners will have to wait quite a bit now for his reload. That's 70 plus seconds. It's gonna take a while, but still, they have time to spare. It's almost 8 minutes till the end.
Exactly. Unji being Amorak doesn't really matter as realistically, if there's going to be another fight, all he's going to need is like one clip. Isna though, Mojo, he could do the A8 climb at this point.
I'm wondering, will he even try? I mean, he's driving in that direction, and it can pay off handsomely for Kazna because that way they will be able to cover both caps easily, and that could bring them back in the game. But it's rather dangerous because if Ondrax and Unji see him, it's going to be bye-bye Isne.
Ooh, oh, he just
close.
about made it. He just about made it. He will be taking control over this
But
side
the
of the map,
Ondrax and
though.
Unji are actually driving in that direction.
Well, Mojo, I do not know if this is going to be the greatest thing, because if they spot him out, they will know that there's a tier 9 out of the fight for Kazna Crew.
They did spot him, but there is no damage done to him.
But doesn't this give a 7v5 situation?
It gives them, but also that it gives them opportunity to actually press Isne, because when you know where he is, you can press him from the 0 line.
Gonna have to find out, as Danny really not playing his mouse to his full potential. He's taken so much damage. He's down to 1,200, and look at the mouses from Kazna Crew. They really haven't taken that much.
It is often problem with Danny. He's eager to do the damage all the time, and that's why you have such a bad trade, because you're trying to force it. He has a good position, and he should just use that for his team. Now he has a dead loader, and not even half HP.
Storm taking some damage on towards his mouse as well. And Gunrunners here about 3,000 HP down now at this point.
Yes, they have a gun more, but they're 3,000 HP gun down. That's like almost entire mouse.
And a nice shot there from there's on towards Ondrax. Knocks out his engine as well. Should repair that one, Ondrax.
Does he have what with? Oh, he already used it.
He already used it?
Yeah. He was one of two guys, Unji and him, were shooting on Piotr, if you remember before. This is going to be more or less how this budget is going to be driven until he actually dies, because Kazna is heavily punishing his drive away here.
Look how slow he is. He could go down here. Just about gets despotted as Diplomat takes some damage on towards his mouse, but Martin is taking a lot of damage in return, and so is Will. And Kazna Crew still up so much HP at this point. Gunrunners, yes, they have all the guns, but it doesn't matter as Danny loses his gunner now as well. He's really making bad trades here, like really bad.
3.7k HP advantage here for Kazna, and it doesn't look like Gunrunners actually have an idea how to shrink that. I mean, they did a good number on Piotr there, but that was, let's be honest, Kazna's mistake in rotation.
Just wondering how Danny is able to lose so much HP here.
He lost the gunner even now.
Oh, it's Stefan from the back lines actually pinging him in the 1-1-3, but still.
I mean,
Not that good.
After he lost first 1,000 HP, he might have stopped peaking.
Yeah, possibly. That's always an option. Now, what does Gunrunners do with this HP? Because they're still 3,000 down, and they need to make a play with 4 minutes 30 seconds left.
This is a big problem now. Like when you have your cards dealt, now Gunrunners, yes, they have a gun more, but the only guy in any danger with HP, you could say, is the Diplomat. He's a mouse with 1,400 HP. That's not even danger. While Gunrunners have multiple tanks on lower HP and with broken modules or crew members. Ondrax one shot, dead engine. Not good for baby Barchat. Anji Barchat, dead Amorek. Even worse. Dani, a mouse with 800 HP and dead 2 crew members, Gunner and the loader.
How are they going to clean up Isna?
This is the bigger problem because they have to pincer him actually from 2 sides. They have to push on that 7 line and 0 line to get him to shoot him from the 2 sides. They really need people behind him also.
Well, we're going to have to see if they can do it because it doesn't look like that. It looks like they want to go for a fight, Mojo.
It's been done in previous season. Like that A8 position's been dealt with. It's not something unheard of. Actually, Oops was the first one using it, if you remember. But in this time, it does look like Gunrunners are going for the old faithful solution that you do when they don't know what to do, and that's YOLO.
Well, it looks very much just exactly like that as Dani is now pushing forwards. Yeah, some shaky aim there from Stefan Kappa. But he's going to push forwards. He's probably going to take down Ondrax, and that will make it into a 6v6, Mojo.
It's not even 6v6 then, because look at this HP. It's already 4,000. Opa, Stefan, you might have actually hit that, but look at the speed or the lack of it by Ondrax. He can simply not maneuver at all with that dead engine.
Well, this is going to be the final push here from Gunrunners. They're even getting shot in the back by Isna. It's going to hurt. They're already 4,000 down. They're pushing in now. Theirs is going to be the first focus here. If they can clean him up, perhaps they can make something happen. But Martin goes down in his email too. Kazna crew, they're only 3,000 up now. Enrico pushing in. He's clipping on towards Nexus. Haiba kills Will, Storm, and Haiba now in the duel of the ages. That Storm removes Nexus, but Enrico goes down in return for that. And Kazna crew comfortably hold off this push from Gunrunners and will make it 2-0.
This is not the best play on this map by Gunrunners. I was expecting far more from them since the new meta. Maybe on the next map, which is Himmelsdorf.
Well, it will have to be that one as Ghost Town is over. It's Storm and Unji against 4 times from Kazna crew. Haiba removes Storm and Unji might get Stefan, but Stefan did some damage towards him. And Unji will never get to reload. 63 seconds left before he reloads. Yes, Unji, that's the correct thing to do as Stefan finishes him off. And 2-0 here for Kazna crew again. Quite easy fashion for them.
Yeah, it didn't look like a big effort from them, honestly, here. I mean, even after that humongous mistake with rotation and losing Piotr, they were still chipping in the HP of Gunrunners evenly all the time, shot by shot. You wouldn't see those shots because they were all over the map. They were just losing HP modules, crew members. Then they tried that suicidal push with Ondrax that costed them almost the entire tank again in a bad position. You could see they have no answer. When they saw Isne climb up in his MX prototype, they actually didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah, Mojo wasn't good whatsoever. Dani getting really outtraded there as well on that corner. I don't know how, but damage here. Haiba, 5.3.
This is not something you see often. I mean, Haiba being so high on the damage and being high by so far above 5k. That's probably his best game in this season, man.
Probably his best game in the last 7.
Not so far from the truth. 5,000 damage is something to achieve, but it looks like in this season it's going to be an easy number.
Yeah, it is going to be pretty more common.
Isne coming here as a replacement from his elevated position, doing rather decent damage, 2.3k. Dani, best trades ever.
How? I don't know. Really.
0 damage done.
It's very disappointing in a sense.
I need to check this. This is really special.
Mojo, this is a different tab. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Found it. Yeah,
Thank you for your assistance.
I don't know. I really don't know how Dani managed to do that. What's up, Mojo?
He received 13 hits. He blocked 2.3k damage.
He was just trading badly. He was trading where he shouldn't be. That's it.
And he fired 8 times and penned none. Not good, Dani. Not good, Dani. Not the best mouse player.
But perhaps they can come back on Himmelsdorf, Mojo.
There is always a chance.
There is always the chance.
Gunrunners actually did come back in one match like this. So it is doable. It's not unachievable. But at this game, they just looked absent. I have no other explanation. I really expected better play from them. Like new patch, they're gonna make new things. That the guys
new Gunrunners.
New Gunrunners.
New memes.
Fresh style, you know. Whatever.
Fresh memes, straight out of the Kappa oven.
I was just expecting them to be on a map and fight. But this was something Yeah. So this was something so slow, and it didn't look like it had any will incorporated into it.
Well,
So I
I
really
mean,
don't understand what they wanted to do.
actually, Will was in the lineup, so Will was incorporated, but, you know,
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm taking you by storm, Mojo.
I can see that, man.
Be diplomatic about it, okay? Don't call me Piotr, Mojo. Okay, Kazna crew going with triple E100 here on the defense. I don't think they got the memo about the mouse, Mojo.
Well, Gunrunners playing with one mouse and E4 and E5 in attack. Okay, this is something new, let's say, but it looks like hill-oriented. On the other hand, Kazna playing with 3 100s. They don't care about mouses. They are like, heat is good enough for us.
Mojo,
Okay.
lineups are switched around. Gunrunners lineup is Kazna crew is Gunrunners.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yes, it does. But why E100s?
Why E100s in attack? Because they can pen mouses with heat for a lot. That's how I would say.
Well, Mojo, let's find out if they can as we move into our next map here. It's going to be Himmelsdorf. Zero is currently the score here between Kazna crew and Gunrunners. Kazna crew on the defense, Gunrunners on the attack, and Hyper really seems to like that mouse, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility that Gunrunners can try to do something like Go Hard, if you remember. Trick we also seen Oops do today with splitting forces E100s toward the rail. But they don't seem like they're interested in any kind of games like that.
No, it doesn't seem like that. Stefan already pushing down the 1-2 line. Unji getting spotted out. Some splash coming out towards Vetzo in the 1-1-3. That's an E100 trying to splash Vetzo's window, Mojo.
Vetzo's window. I mean, E100 got a little buff, as we said, like, but it's only APMO as far as I remembered, from 235 to 246. But heat is the same, the alpha is the same. I don't know. I mean, I just guess that they want to maybe damage the mouses if they see them, a lot of them, from point blank with those high alpha guns with heat. Because for mouse, it's really hard to resist those, unless you're perfectly angled.
Wonder if they'll get some more HE damage here towards Vetzo. They can find an angle to do some damage. There we go, 34. It's something, Mojo. If he has a few, like 30, 40, 50 HE shots, then he could possibly do it.
Well, they're slowly chipping on him, so that's quite annoying for Vetzo, of course. But if they get spotted, that E4 can actually do them a big return favor there. Again, whoa, this is actually a bit some more damage.
Yeah, so more damage coming out. Is Ondrak shooting HE, or is this heat ammunition coming out from him?
This is all HE, man. HE all the way.
20. No, I mean, Ondrax is on the hill. Will is splashing him from the other window.
HE?
That was actually Danny.
That was from the hill.
Yeah, 242. That was the 100.
Yes, that's what I meant.
HE from Danny? You said HE. Vetzo got hit for 242.
Yes.
You said HE.
Yes, by HE shell.
No, Danny shot him.
You mean a 1390?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought E100 connected
No,
there.
it was Danny, boys. That's what's my
dear.
point.
Oh dear.
Okay, but it's all good. But he's taking more damage by HE. Mojo, is he going to get set on fire because he's lost his fuel tanks?
Man, if that tank burns, it's not going to be the only
What
thing
does
burning
Kazna
there.
crew do here? Because I don't think they can help Vetzo. Boy, Will still has 13 HE shots left. Oh, 456 into the back. Hellfish is clapping his hands, and they learned from me.
Oh, look at
699.
this.
Gunrunners. Great. Vetzo, you're not safe.
Seriously,
Is he
it
gonna
looks
run?
like this moment he should have run long ago. Like, just make and break for it.
652, and Rico misses. Oh, Vetzo took a lot of damage for this. Danny took some in return, but they're going to be happy with that. They've pretty much killed the 113.
Honestly, it would hurt much less if he started running on the start
Yes.
of this.
Yes, it would. But he didn't.
But he didn't.
You know what this would, Mojo, how would you say it?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Exactly. But that was great stuff from Gunrunners. I mean,
But
yeah.
let's see what will happen, because on a Ghost Town they still had advantage of entire one tank. They killed Piotr. Yeah, okay, they paid some price for it. But here, they still have to break Kazna in defense.
Yeah, Stefan pushed up a little bit here, and Unji tried to get a connection, but didn't. And how are they going to approach this one now? Vetso moved into the 8 line, Mojo.
Vetso is just trying to prox there and sit behind sandbags, but that can actually bounce back on him a lot if those E100s come. Because the rest of the Kazna is not really well positioned to cover him.
No, and it's gonna come down 0 line now, Mojo, with a few tanks. Or, ooh, that was close.
That was cheeky play. They're just guessing where Kazna is. Those shells can connect easily.
Yeah, it can. Now, where's Danny gonna go? Where is he going to try and spot? They have 5 minutes and 47 seconds left here. What is gonna be the ultimate play from Gunrunners? 8 line?
They cannot play the 1 cap. It's too late for that. They really need to commit on number 2. That leaves Vetso with the biggest obstacle here now. But Vetso is not well protected. If actually they push 8 line and the 0 line parallel, I don't think Vetso can survive.
Danny is almost dead though. He's on 273 HP. Vetso actually got a connection towards him. Danny needs to play it safe now.
I mean, Danny can fade and then he can just...
Isn't Vetso dead here? Storm's pushing down, Mojo. Storm's in E100.
That's what I said. If they push simultaneously from these 2 sides and there is no one to spot now because Isna is pushed away, he's dead. He's got nowhere to go.
Vetso has indeed nowhere to go in that 1-1-3 as Storm, Martin and Enrico make their way down the 8 line. Vetso is just going to draw them out around the corner, but it's not going to matter as there's no support for him right now. That's going to be 1 dead, 1-1-3. He less of a shot. He does not connect it. He might not do anything in this round. Ondrax takes a big connection there though. Could have possibly been DE4. 655 taken. Storm will now come around the corner and finish off Vetso in the 1-1-3. He comes, he goes. There is Vetso. That's down. And that's Gunrunners in a nice position.
It's a brilliant position now because they still have the 1390. And he can actually now position to cap behind someone. But now they need to actually deal with Haiba. There is 4 minutes left. Of course, Mouse is not an unpregnable tank here, especially if he is so far away from the wall. This is not gonna look good for him.
Oh, he's not taking that much damage though.
He lost the secondary pair.
He lost the secondary repair indeed, but 250Bs have used all their ammunition on towards him now. And Nexus is coming for a quick flank with Isna. Kazna crew trying to close Gunrunners here.
This is the only thing Kazna actually can do because Haiba would die. If Storm pushed forward and he wasn't distracted by these tanks in the back, Kazna would lose Haiba for sure. I still don't actually understand why he didn't take that step forward because he could have traded much better with them while the other guys just hold off Stefan and the boys.
Stefan here, he's in trouble. He needs to run, but he has nowhere to go. I think he's going to try and run away, but there's an E100 coming behind him with 50 Bs. He gets tracked already one, and the damage taken is significant. Did he get a secondary track? No, they don't, but he's on fire. Stefan's burning, and I think Unji should get the finish on towards him. He's on 318 HP. Unji gets the finish, and Gunrunners is actually down in HP though, Mojo, even though they have 2 tier 10s extra over Kazna crew.
Unbelievable, but Kazna is actually maintaining their HP. There is 3 minutes till the end, and that's gonna be quite a problem for Gunrunners now to break.
Unji with a dead engine managed to pick up Isna. The HP is 1,500 away from each other, and there's 4 tanks left here for Kazna crew. If they do it, be one hell of a comeback, but Storm is flanking Haiba, Mojo.
I still think it was a better choice if they just pushed Haiba forward instead of keeping so many tanks back there for that push. But never mind, that's just me. Kazna actually has a chance now to use this because there is so many people in Gunrunners on low HP. They have actually 3 guys on 1 shot. Scratch that, 2.
Martin is now coming in to clip on towards Haiba. Durs picks up Ondrax in the E100. Martin will get Haiba here, and it's now a 4v3. The HP is still massively in favor of Kazna crew, though. Durs is now pushing forwards in his E5. He needs to be careful because he has to duel with Storm. But Diplomat, he's coming from the other corner, and he's going to deliver a big one into the back of Martin or the E100, whoever he chooses to.
He needs to shoot Martin and just finish off E100 later. Durs will have a shell for him. You can see he's already aiming. Storm is in a sandwich between Diplomat and Durs now. Anji is trying to clip in and maybe take out Diplomat before that happens, but I don't think it's gonna work anyways. It doesn't matter. There is still a 3rd guy in the game called Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus is coming in now, and he closes out Storm, and it's just Unji. And I'm not sure how Gunrunners managed to throw this one away, but it will be 3-0 for Kazna crew. I really think they should have had this game, Mojo.
They should have. They had a chance. As we say, shoulda, woulda, coulda. There was a really good initial start on Vetso. Again, same like on Ghost Town, but nothing happened after.
Yeah, Haiba there lasting way too long in the mouse.
Haiba wasn't attacked. That's the problem. They were in position to spring out the entire team. Haiba was only covered by E4 in Diplomat. That's 1 shot in every 15, 16, 17 seconds. So what can you do?
Well, They managed to take... they went for Stefan, but...
Hybo was in the middle of the field. If that Storm in E100 pushed forward and they committed 1 or 2 more tanks, Hybo would fall and
The thing
Kazna
is, they
would
didn't have so many shots on their 50Bs. They already used like half of their clips.
Yeah, but they just needed to hold off the rest of the Kazna lighter tanks like Stefan
They would
and
need
so
all
on
their
from the back.
E100s there, and some of them were too far away to make that happen. Like 2 of them were like 8 line, so they needed at least 15 seconds to get there. Might be afraid of the rotation from Kazna crew coming into us that time. Obviously,
Probably,
they
but
don't know. They don't know that he's just covered by the E4.
But these rotations back on 8 line usually work only when you have a fast enough lineup. And we've seen a couple of matches lost even like that.
But look at Diplomat though, that E4.
Paid off handsomely in this game. A comeback of this tank compared to E3. Everyone would think that E3 would be a more peak tank now, but...
I hate E4.
Why?
Bad tank.
Bad tanku, but it needs to be more reasons for it because it still has a turret. It still has a turret that you can use.
It's just the turret is not that strong. Like if you want to play
No, you
ETD,
can pen it much more easily
you
than
can pen it
E3s.
almost everywhere. It's so annoying to play.
But still, obviously, it's some kind of advantage that is helpful for
Yeah,
them.
I mean, yeah. It's quicker than the E3 for sure. Has a good gun. Well, good gun, high penetration. Isna actually did a decent amount of damage here in his AMX 3090, more than 3 players from Gunrunners.
Helvetz in this game did more than I expected when I saw in that window getting HE'd. I actually thought he will stay there till he dies.
Well, Gunrunners really need this next round, or I think it's over.
I mean, Himmelsdorf now, Kazna will be attacking.
Yes.
And they're actually better on attack on Himmelsdorf. It kind of suits their playstyle better. They do like to play aggressive. So Gunrunners here, they might surprise them with something super heavy that doesn't need lots of rotation maybe, and maybe even like that.
Maybe they'll bring a lot of mouses.
It's the flavor of the month.
Probably of the year.
We will see that. Grand final is still far away.
But right now I can see a lot of mouses. I mean, we could see teams like Tornado Energy, they already picked 3.
They picked them even before that was meta. They're ahead of their time. They're smart kids.
Smart kids?
So, yeah, we see a lot of mouses here. I mean, the buff was good, 3.2k. A buff on the gun, the handling of the gun. A buff on a reload. Like, what do you want more from that kind of tank? Yes, he goes 20 kilometers per hour, but
Make it go 30 kmh, give it a better engine.
Wow, make it a clipper while you're there.
Yeah, 6-shot autoloader. With 18 seconds between reloads.
No.
And 1.5 second clip interval, like TVP but mouse style. Unbeatable, unkillable, unclippable.
That sounds like a premium tank.
Wow, that's not true, Mojo. That's not true at all. Let's take a look at the lineups, though, for Ghost Town. No premium tanks to be found here, Mojo.
FV1A3, that is the secret weapon of Gunrunners here in defense. And 4 mouses and an E3. And of course they have 3090 because they probably have to stick Danny somewhere.
Yeah, but I think Danny might be... No, actually, I probably think he's going to play 3090, never mind. How's Kazna crew going to deal with this?
Not easily. I mean, in this kind of round, Kazna actually has to try to split them a bit. Maybe chip away one of the TDs if possible. Preferably if they can kill a light tank before. And then pressure one side, because Gunrunners cannot be everywhere on a map. But they can be on a lot of places with this.
They can be on all of the corners, Mojo.
Yeah, they can cover quite a lot.
Kazna crew or Gunrunners? This one, I'm giving it to Gunrunners. They have so much more HP.
It's going to be a cheat.
I don't know, man. It's going to be so hard for them, man. Even with that 183 cover.
The Kaza's going to have to do a lot of shooting just to compensate for the lack of HP. I'm going to tell you that.
You can see here, Kazna crew is down 3,500 HP.
That's advanced strategy.
Well, they're going to have to do a lot of damage, and we'll have to see how the mouses position themselves and how Kazna crew comes into this round to deal with it. They're currently up 3-0. They're attacking Gunrunners on the defense.
Kazna is sticking to their E4. Their Diplomat is playing it again. Maybe it's his favorite thing, and he likes to play it. This is what I'm interested in. How will Gunrunners actually cover the rail? this is something that I was interesting all the time because it would take them quite a lot of time to approach because Kazna can use that, maybe even take control of the courtyard or something like that. And what will they do then if Kazna goes between them and starts rotating left and right all the time, playing with them?
Danny manages to spot out Stefan and Haiba here. Both of those probably setting up to punish Storm and Will if they try and make the crossing. But Storm gets the cross for free and will be sitting in A5. And boy, oh boy. Oh, Vetso takes a massive connection there in his 50B. I think that was even Martin, and he's very lucky to survive that.
That was a big connection.
Actually, well, I mean, he could have taken more.
He could have taken quite more. But Vetso is still on 1200 HP. That's quite playable amount of HP for a 50B. And Kazna has some more info. They know that Mouse is now on E1. That's the position previously used by IS4s in previous season and in several matches. But Enrico, and I think we've seen Silence played it also. Waves, right?
Silence?
Yeah, I think he was also there.
Could be.
He did like 4,000 damage from there, actually.
I'd like to see Danny make a shield now for Storm, for his lower front braid. But look at Kazna crew. It seems like they're just splitting up, trying to figure out how they're going to approach this round more.
This is a problem because you can see Storm and one more Mouse and Angie are covering
Oh,
the
you mean
top
where
cap.
Enrico played, Silence played there? Or you mean where Martin played, Silence, or where Enrico played?
Where Enrico.
Yeah. He played there on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah. When Break played the TVP from the hill.
Yes.
Well, Kazna is trying to probe around and see what to do with this, because this is really immense amount of HP and armor they need to deal with. I remember a situation when Gohard, in even before patch, when they took like 3 Mouses against Utopia in defense, and Utopia played something like lighter setup with normal 113s and 50Bs, which we had, and they simply had no idea what to do. They really tried for 8 minutes to drive left and right, and then they just went and died.
Ooh, Danny getting a lot of information here for his team, though. He manages to spot out Haiba and theirs, and that's very vital that he manages to do that, because now they know there might be a 5-line flank incoming at any given moment here. Martin's relocating because of this as well.
I mean, Enrico is not going to go anywhere, so that's 1 Mouse less that will be fighting against Kazna, but that's still about same HP when you calculate like that, just a gun less. And if you calculate that, well, Danny will not be a big factor, that's about the same.
Well, Storm here, he's going to be in trouble. Actually, Haiba is in more trouble as he gets double tapped by both Storm and Will. And Storm, he's actually still doing very well over here. Unji taking some damage in his FVTD, though. I think that was from Diplomat in the back lines. Danny is also doing some damage. Storm doing even more. It's Durs and Haiba over there. Stefan and Isna coming from the backside here to try and get some shots on towards Storm, but Storm's holding like a boss as Martin's now pushing around the corner in his E3, and Will as well. And think we should listen how Kazna crew is going to survive this one.
Finish E3.
You want to heavy?
No. Reload.
Oh,
This mouse is horrible.
yeah.
We didn't have enough mouses to push them. Would have been hard.
Also this fucking knight when he did that.
Didn't matter, we couldn't have killed it. But we still had 3 mouses left.
Okay.
Well, they still seem pretty cheerful.
Well, you could hear Stefan say, we just simply did not have enough mouses. What can you do about it? That was the truth about this game.
Oh, he's going to flip him. Is he going to flip him?
Oh!
Oh, it's so close. Oh,
Come on.
Unji, Stealer, but
Spoiler.
Gunrunners pick up a round, 3-1. Still recoverable. They needed this round to make it happen.
Maybe.
3-3, 4-3 for Gunrunners, 4-4 tiebreaker. Gunrunners wins.
Always a possibility, considering next map is Prokhorovka. Maybe Kazna will stick to 1-2
One
line push
pushes.
and
And they
That will
might
be
all
a-
be around the corner waiting for them.
Yeah, surprise.
They might get lucky twice.
Never happened before. But here we could see that Kazna was actually genuinely surprised when they saw an extra mouse on the cap. They expected Storm on that side, but they didn't expect a mouse, one more of them ahead of them. And that's what actually showed Haiba for 1000 immediately as he peeked around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they had the HP for this. And
No, they had nothing to do with it.
look at Danny's damage, though.
Donny in 1390 doing the third damage in a game. Nice play, boy.
Nice indeed from Danny there. Danny boy. 2.4 actually. Third damage is hilarious for a 39 to do that much. Kazna crew did not have a lot of HP though available to them.
Well, Gunrunners certainly had an excessive amount and they used it. Poor Enrico tried to get to the fight. Let's see, did he... Oh, he actually did some damage. He did one on Vets on start, I think, actually.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
I think did Vetsa just get hit by Martin?
That would require him to shoot him for more than 1000.
Didn't he go down to like 1.2?
Yeah, from 2.3.
True.
So I believe it
Yeah,
was a combo.
probably. Probably. So, not bad there from Gunrunners. Now, going on to Prokhorovka. Mouses?
Motion on Prokhorovka.
Motion.
Well, we've seen that happen. I mean, Gohard was ahead of their
They were
time.
very convinced about their tactic.
It was very, very
Dude,
convincing.
I won't tell
Lost.
you this much. In APAC, they've been playing mouses for seasons. They knew. They knew, Mojo.
They were preparing especially for this season, right?
They knew. Illuminati confirmed.
Okay, so
They've been training so much, they've now got an advantage going into grand finals.
what's gonna
they
happen
know
to EL
the
Gaming?
mouse-
They were playing with budgets on Ghost and forever.
The other APAC teams have an advantage.
So they are advanced over
They're
here.
ahead. They've already seen the mouse. They've adapted to the mouse. They are the mouse.
They leave the one with the mouse. Okay, we're gonna see that. I'm really looking forward to grand finals, actually. It's gonna be super fun.
I'm like plus minus about this because I made certain promises to certain Australian players.
We shall not speak about that.
Yes, I promised I'd take him out to dinner.
Yes, you're a very nice boy.
Thanks.
You're gonna have a very jolly good time together. Gunrunners coming back in a match. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa. Slow down, Tiger. Coming back into the match. Slow down. When it hits 3-2 and 3-3, then you can say they're coming back
Hey
into the
man,
match.
if they lost this, it would be 4-0, and you know that's pretty much GG. But
Not-
still, they have a
Not
chance
with
now.
Kazna crew.
True. They came back for that. They came back from 4-0 to 5-4, something we haven't seen ever, and against Ding. But it happened in this season. It was a great match. But Gunrunners will play Prokhorovka now against Kazna.
Who's defending first?
Kazna.
Kazna defending first. I worry for Gunrunners in that case.
Yeah, they have a chance there.
Let's take a look at the lineups and see if there's
But
any
maybe
mouse.
they will push even in defense.
Maybe. Well, we've seen them do it. Oh, I don't see any mouses, Mojo.
Well, Kazna does have a nice 7
Mojo?
and then STRV, but there are no mouses. No, really.
Mojo, where's the mouse?
Something's wrong with lineup.
The Kranwagen from Kazna crew, i7 STRV. Pretty standard pick from them.
Yeah, I mean, STRV is a part of this map now, usually on both sides that we can see, because it really knocks down the rotation from the tanks. Tanks like Bachat get completely annihilated by it because of high DPM and really accurate gun and penetration, and let's not even forget the armor it has. The frontal armor is a beast.
Frontal armor is indeed a beast, and we'll have to see how the updated Gorilla is going to work out for Kazna, for Gunrunners.
I'm really interested about that because as far as I know, he lost some of the speed backwards and
Yeah,
some of the gun handling also.
Reverse speed, if I remember correctly. Shell speed, shell velocity went from 1,350 to 1,200, if I'm not wrong. Something like that. All I know is that the shell velocity decreased.
That's not
And
good.
then the gun depression also changed. It lost some gun depression.
Not cool. For a tank that was fragile even before, I mean, it was super mobile and everything, not really great.
Well, Mojo, we're going to have to see how it's going to work out here. Can Gunrunners take it back to Kazna crew or going to make a match point? Let's find out on Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka, one of the first maps in the game. Teams start at the regular spawn points as they do in standard battles. Bases are separated from each other by the railway, so the defending team has to choose whether to send their vehicles to the left side, playing them in the centre, or to the right of the railway, occupying the hill and a part of the village. The attacking team usually attacks the first base. However, the teams often go for face-to-face confrontations, 7-on-7, in the hilly terrain at the centre. That's why both teams frequently use vehicles with good gun depression angles and sturdy turrets.
Here we go, Gunrunners versus Kazna crew. It's 3-1 still in favor of Kazna crew. Gunrunners on the defense, Kazna on the Gunrunners on the attack, Kazna on the defense. I was looking at the lineups, Mojo. No diplomat here for Kazna.
He's actually a bit benched now. I mean, but they're replacing players all the time. We've said that multiple times. And there is really aggressive approach here by Gunrunners. It might be a collision immediately.
Might be a collision indeed. I don't know if Enrico is going to keep going here, Mojo. I don't think so. I think Gunrunners is going to back off. They know there's a potential for a trap here. Enrico taking some damage though.
Can they even back off? I mean, Enrico is stuck. Isna is going to fall. And Gunrunners still have an artist. So this is still a game.
Well, Mojo, I think Kazna crew is actually going to push in. So let's listen in with Gunrunners and see if they can survive this.
Ne, Radek přežije. Ty teda potřebujeme jenom nahoru teda. Co servečko dostat si ty na to. Já to můžu před.
Nabijím. Mám řidiče v piči.
Sedma na medu.
A svítím.
Hej, Bati, kolik máte Bati?
Já jsem 16.
Hápek.
1600.
Spotnete někdo?
To asi můžem, no.
A vy dva teda musíte kryt, to bude tady. Bati musíte na tu sedmičku tady, ale s tou
jako středem?
Ano, středem a na něj.
Tady dozadu, neuvidíme.
Tady padl středem. Ne, já potřebujeme.
Kámo, před náma jsou tanky,
Dávejte tu sedmičku.
Oni mají tady baty, nás...
Já ti tam stromy pokryju, tady z těch
Tak já počkej, já si dám si Sigma.
Pušnou kopec teďka.
Já vás-
kopec. Vy zabijte
Já vás
sedmičku
tam
a
můžu pokryt.
Vy tam dávat damage jenom, dávejte si tam damage. Oni vás, vy tam musíte pokryt, aspoň po mně. Vystřelil, Ondro, jo? Dávejte tu sedmičku a pak se vracíte hnedka zpátky.
Já ho zkusím pomoct s kranem.
Zabiju ho.
No, nice.
Nabijím.
Hej, dobrý, Bati,
já nesvítím.
jeden bat sem a zbytek se vracíte.
No už budu.
Já vám furt můžu kryt ten
Ale
kopec.
Krán
nemůžete?
Já vám s tím pomůžu.
Estervo, Ondrak, před tebou
Já
Estervo.
vidím, jo.
Hej, musíte si pomoct.
Já musím pryč.
Potřebuji
Já můžu krána, já můžu celou dobu, mám pořád dvorku.
Jenom si přijď, Ondrak. Má dvě venku.
Tohle můžeš trošku to.
Já
Jestli
můžu-
Baťák,
já
jo. Jestli mi
můžu-
píchne z boku
ale
bat,
tohle
tak si v
Baťák
piči.
mám
Ale
další.
krana rozstřím.
Máme pořád artu, guys. Můžeme hrát.
A tady jsou dva Bati a Vili je staknutý.
A oni
jsou
vystřílený jako... Většina.
A Stormy nemůžu...
Kepovat jako.
Já svítím.
Ne, nechte jenom mě hrát prostě.
Svítíš?
Já můžu dávat.
Já tě budu svítit, ne jo?
Spotneš mi to Estervo?
Já si nabijím tady s tímhle batem, jo? On zajel, zajetý.
Když ho spotneš, tak...
Však my můžeme dát klidně Storma
tam?
tady k té čáře úplně.
Bat?
A on to...
Nabijím.
Jeho nemá co střelit ani.
On si ho
Dej tam normálně v tom Zeech modu.
Já jdu. Ale blbé, když píknou dva, já potřebuji ty pokry, když tak.
Já ti kryju. Kran? Celou dobu. Kran to přejítí na mě, kolej.
Dokážeš zdrhnout? Hej,
Ne.
Nepřejede.
to sedmičku nedokážeš mu dát ránu?
Jako... Musíš...
Aby dal
Ondrak,
tu ránu.
zabij toho krana aspoň, nebo ty nabíjíš.
Ne, tak Storme, co kdybys tam...
Tak zap toho krana.
No však já už něco dělám.
Dáš mu, Ondro? Ne.
Jsou a dva batě prostě, že jo.
Je na ránu krán.
Je to Esterko.
Jsem jistý.
No už
Tak ty
jede,
můžeš-
už jede po mně.
Já tě pořád pokryju.
Jdou
jestli
zabít
tě-
Storma teď.
První bounce. Zabijete jo?
to
Já
druhé
potřebuji
asi
zabít,
Storma.
potřebuji zabít,
Nice.
potřebuji zabít.
Další.
Dám shot snad.
Vodu.
Nice.
Zabiju tě,
Zabij,
já ti
pojď
ho
zabiju,
zabiju.
já jdu dopředu, zab ho.
Počkej, mám
Vracku.
ještě poslední.
Já mám, ano.
Nice.
Nice.
Dobrý. Krane,
Já nabijím.
Ester,
Raftu,
moje
bacha na
kolik?
krana zbydu,
Ester,
bacha na
moje
krana
kolik?
Raftu.
Hej, já měřím.
Esterva mě
Já
trefila.
můžu měřit mid.
Krán má 60 hápek.
A
Já
se
bych ho
to
potřeboval spotnout.
Co
To
kdyby
je
ho-
full.
A když si...
Ček, dostaňme si Bata tady, ne?
No, ať Honza si přejede to, ne?
On
Kole.
nemůže, on je na ránu. My
To se trvalo-
Honzu dostat sem.
Ale teď
Já
on
to
to
přejedu.
přejede takhle sem normálně tím
A
zadem.
to se
To
nesmí
mám
být
být krana.
To přejedu, no.
Já potřebuji zkusit spotnout. Hej, Vila, aby se dostal. Já svítím.
Dan svítí.
Aha. Musíte si dát to Esterovo.
No, dobrý.
Wow, Mojo. That was close. Really close. Super close even.
More than that, like this game changed sides and owner like 2 or 3 times, like it's on sale, man.
Yeah, I think it was really lost there from Gunrunners when Enrico did not kill Piotr, I think, because Piotr got like 1 or 2 more shots out because of that.
But even way before that, Isne fell, then Enrico almost died on one
Should
shot.
have died.
Should have died. And made a really bad position for Gunrunners. Then Kazna pushed Ondrax on that cap, killed him. But there was such a heavy exchanges, and these 2 butchers that died on the hill almost bought them a game. Almost is a crucial word there. Still, Nexus in his old faithful STRV, still alive.
Nexus needs to kill Enrico here. Enrico got the first shot out on towards him, but now Stefan will be closing as well. They'll be taking him from 2 angles. Nexus looking for the 3rd shot here. Slowly pushing up, trying to get the angle.
There is time to slowly push.
Yeah, Stefan will kill him probably, I think. In 3, 2, 1. And Stefan gets him. 4-1 here for Kazna crew. And really, I still stand by it. If Enrico gets Piotr, they win that round, I think.
Yes, there was really odd exchange there on a hill. I mean, this game was super weird in many ways. The initial collision between the teams were more or less cancelled. But the exchanges kind of in the start went for Gunrunners completely. Completely. And then we saw Grille deleted from the game. We saw Haiba deleted from the game. That was good rotation by Gunrunners. But the prices were paid always. Kazna was always somehow chipping the HP on the parts of the map we didn't see.
Yeah. I don't even know how Unji died.
He was focused by those budgets on the hill.
Well, Gunrunners had it here.
Peaked too much, I guess.
Had it here, but didn't close it out. There's coming in a stop damage dealer, but Stefan and Nexus really the ones to win the game, as Stefan has 4 kills and Nexus has 2.
4 kills, not so much damage there, but more than enough for this kind of game, because they were playing all the light setups, so we will not see monster 5-6k. If you see someone do 5k damage in this game, then you know he was he was in the business, man. He was in the money.
Pretty much. And now Gunrunners have a mountain to climb. 4-1 here. Second comeback of the evening, Mojo. I mean, what did they do against Utopia?
I think there is a chance for them to take maybe this side, maybe.
What did they do against Utopia?
Come back.
Exactly, Mojo. You have to have some faith.
I don't have the faith they will beat Kazna and Murovanka.
Today is the day of new things to
today
happen.
is the day that Kazna will slip by.
Murovanka can be heavily changed with Type 5 and Mouse, by the way.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, Mouse was used before.
And it's better
It's
now.
really hard to use more than one on that map. It's really hard.
I can make 3 work. I'm not even joking.
I want to see that.
I was thinking about something. I don't know how effective it would be, but it like have to be
see it.
tested. Like Mouse, tier 9 bad shot, Mouse further to cover from the forest, Mouse around the corner, and then bad shots.
And what if they die?
Those Mouses won't die.
I mean, they don't have to die. They need to be reseated from the time. Other budgets die.
They won't die. They just have to play safe.
Play safe.
That's always the key with Mouses, though. Play safe. I can see Mouses. I can see Mouses coming.
But how do you play safe if you have enemy in your face? Like, they just push you in.
That's fine. I don't care if they start flanking, if they start rotating, you just push forwards with the mouse. Roll over the heavy tanks in the 1-2 line. They want too much damage to the mouse from the forest.
Just too much for that. But we are still on Prokhorovka, so let's focus on this.
263.
263.
He got actually buffed as well.
I mean, he was decent before. Strong armor, good DPM, good alpha for that DPM.
It's better now. It's smaller. The gun mantlet has been moved backwards and towards the tank, where it used to be equal with the front used to be, you know, just the front with the gun mantlet. It's now moved back. So you have the front, and then the gun mantlet is a little bit more back. So it's harder to hit. You can still pen it, but makes it all of that makes it a little bit more strong.
For me, the problem with 263 before was always like the theoretical aim is all perfect, but when you move it a bit left and right, it can miss a train, literally. Although it looks like a narrow aim, it just doesn't hit. That was always my problem with the Object 263. But it doesn't need to go in siege mode to shoot. That's the advantage with that tank.
Yeah, that's very true. Gonna see if Kazna crew go for the famous 1-2 line Kazna rush.
Maybe Object 263 lead the way.
Maybe. Maybe you see those forests towards the left-hand side. It's Kazna's favorite part of the map. They enjoy it. They enjoy spending time there together.
So much of it.
Don't they?
They did, man. They pushed that with I7 and budgets behind in defense. They did it in offense. And it usually didn't up well. Haiba is going toward that side of the map, and Stefan in 263 is there. So he might do the cover from the bushes. And yeah, Gunrunners are actually positioned. If Kazna does that, they're going to be there.
The Storm and Ondrax in the 1-2 line. Isn't getting spotted out here. Unji is going to be over there as well. Unji's going to just be trying to spot down Enrico and Martin on that side of the map. Durs and Nexus are there for Kazna crew though.
Kazna is spread out a bit. They're controlling most of the map like this. And they have a light tank Isne going around, spotting what's going on with Gunrunner forces. Gunrunners are on the center. We can see them by those red dots. They're trying to actively control the middle of the map and cut off the rotations from Kazna, but I'm not sure how will it work, because they will actually have to have enough forces and play aggressive from the village side to do that.
Stefan has off a shot and it's 263. No connections so far, as the rest of the Gunrunner side are sitting very, very far back. Stefan now going into blind shot mode, and Gunrunners might actually get Isna for free here. Oof, track shot coming out from Unji.
Well, for that first they need to connect him. And this is a nice track shot, but still Isne is alive and able to move away and fade, which is more important.
Yeah, but Nexus and Durs can't stay there, Mojo, can they?
No, they will have to move away, but not yet.
Not yet, but Haiba in the I7 actually takes a truck ton of damage. Takes about 860 from Enrico, and Martana looks like an Unji.
It's going to be a big push here. It's going to be a big push.
He's in trouble. He's taking so much so far, and now Stefan and the rest of the team have taken the 1-2 line. Danny's taking damage from the side. He has a damaged engine as well. He's trying to get out. He's just about alive in the RU251. That was Nexus and Durs from that side, but Nexus and Durs, they need to get out of there because they can be in trouble very, very soon.
Haiba actually managed to move away, but look at now this, the exchange. Will, look at the HP of Enrico, that fatal T62A. It's getting wrecked.
Yeah, T62A from Enrico is dropping very low now. Kazna crew doing the damage from the back lines. Martin taking some as well on the way up. Even more actually in that STB. It's Isna from top of the hill, and they haven't cleared him out. Isna might actually do a ton here. He kills Danny, and this is not going good from Gunrunners. Nexus now peeking over, doing the damage on towards Ondrax, and Gunrunners just driving into the guns of Kazna crew at this point.
No, Kazna actually read their movements rather well, and they created the crossfires. This is some kind of similar situation we've seen when Oops played against Ding, and they tried to push. More risk even than this. And Ding managed to create a similar crossfire like Kazna has now, and they're just shooting them from all over the place. This is the problem, because Gunrunners actually have no target to focus while they're getting shot from several sides.
But Durs and Nexus are still over here holding this area, and Storm hasn't really gotten anything in towards this round so far. In that STRV, Haiba lets off a shot, no connection on towards Unji. And now is going to be the final play here for Kazna crew, because they have enough HP to make it.
Well, they are in attack, they can do whatever they want. They still have 3 butt shots with 100% health each, unscratched. And this is super important for this part of the game.
It is indeed. As now Will has to be careful. Durs actually takes Samurai damage there. Nexus is going to peek over, finish off the STB, or Durs is going to be the one. There we go. Nexus does take some damage in return, but it's just not going to be enough, as Unji is now in troubles in the back lines as well. Will very soon to be flanked by Vetso, and there's not much Gunrunners can do at this point.
Well, Kazna here is in we don't care moment, because they have 4,000 HP to spare. I mean, Will is rather alone here. Once Kazna realizes that, he's going to be pretty much dead. And Storm, yeah, he has the position to shoot, but what are they gonna do? Effectively, they're really locked away. Kazna can put one guy on a cap, they have even a gun to spare, and they have simply nothing to do against it. They cannot come out of the hiding.
Yeah, honestly, not sure what Gunrunners can do at this point. Kazna crew has complete map control. They'll probably go over and kill Will, start the cap, force Gunrunners to make a move, and then just kill them as they come in. There's Haiba here trying to trade with Storm in the STRV, but really it's just not looking good for them. Nice connection there from Enrico, though, on towards Haiba, but they need a lot more than just one.
Vetso is going really slow around. Diplomat is taking some damage there, but Vetso should be in position.
Vetso disconnected.
Oh my god, I think he did.
Oh, Vetso just disconnected, boys. He's out. Kazna Cruz would still be able to win without his bad shot, though, most likely. But Vetso, he's
more
not
trouble.
in this game anymore. Unji goes down. Will goes down.
What a moment to lose internet, man. Like, he's probably banging on his wall now.
I'll be banging my wall.
Yeah, but okay. Well, you're a drummer.
Exactly.
He was a boxer, though.
Oh. Even worse. Well, there's finishes off Andrax, and it's the dying moments from Gunrunners in this round, as even with Vetso disconnected, there's no chance for Gunrunners to recover from the deficit they were at. Vetso, he's just overlooking the troops as they close out the game. Storm here goes into siege mode, gets one connection. That's also it as Stefan removes him, and it's now just Enrico in that T62A to be found for Gunrunners to lose this match. And Kazna to pick up 3 crucial points. Mojo, please don't break our studio.
Well, thank you for reminding me. But Kazna here, victory quite decisive, you could say, even without Vetso in the final moment. There is no check day today, no surprise today. Kazna played much more sturdy than Utopia, and they were not broken.
No, they weren't broken indeed. And it's Gunrunners. This wasn't their day. It didn't really look good. Sometimes it's like, with Gunrunners, they either have a good performance, or it's like opposite side of the
There are
spectrum.
some days when Gunners play like they're on some hyper steroids, but this was definitely not one of them.
No, today they were on like
on a ghost town, they
milk.
looked like sleepy and like, oh, we have to play a match. Wow, why?